Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today I am on the test server because I found out something really fun, and that is I found another champion that can solo spider on stage 10 hard, right? So I'm not talking about Eric's, right, which is the one that was found a while back, the free legendary that everybody can get, and she's pretty amazing in the specific build. And then there was another one like Artec that could possibly do it. However, it's not as easy and it's not as consistent. So the reason why I decided to do this today is because, well, we have a spider tournament that just started on the live server. I can now show you now because I'm not on my main account. But at the same time, we also have champion training as part of the deck of fate, or sorry, the Fate Weaver's Path, right, where you can get the soul for Freya. So this is one of the perfect opportunities to do something like that, right? Get spider tournament points by doing the high stage of spider, and then at the same time you can level up food, right? So enough talking, let's see, who am I actually talking about? This one is actually a shout out to somebody from the comments. I don't remember exactly the name, but somebody in the comments kind of asked the question, can Wallmaster Othorion solo spider on 10 hard? Well, the answer is yes, you just need some specific builds on him. Wallmaster Othorion is a really amazing champion. He's amazing for Hydra with block buffs, decrease attack, AoE hits over here. He gets he boosts his attack, accuracy and speed on his A3, then gets extra turn. Then on the passive, this is something that kind of allows him to be able to do this. It's every time he kills somebody, he increases his max HP by 20%, stacks up to 50,000. So he can get himself another 50,000 HP, which pretty much allows him to take the hits from the Spider Queen. Otherwise, it would be quite tough, right? It would be quite tough because he cannot really survive. So the cool thing is you don't need a preset, right? You just put him in there, go ahead, do the fight, and then, you know, let it farm. It takes like a minute and 10-20 seconds, which is, you know what, for a solo comp, it's actually not that bad, right? It does require some specific builds, at least from the testing. Okay, that was really scary, but normally the way that this one works is, especially from the first hit that you see that we took, he needs to be able to sustain the first hit, which, being an attack-based champion, it's pretty hard to do that, right? Because he's attack-based, it's pretty hard for him to sustain the first hit. Like, for example, if you get critically hit on the first AoE that you saw that happen, you pretty much are dead. So that's why you saw that he has the stone skin, right? So I've not done hundreds and hundreds of runs, but so far, the runs that I've done with this specific build that I'm using right now, it has never failed yet, right? It might have, you know, a 3% chance to fail or whatever when you get a bad crit, if you don't have the decrease attack landed on the boss. That's pretty much the only way that this one can fail. But you can see 1 minute and 10 seconds, it's pretty consistent. Let's run it again. I'm curious if I get that failed run, because usually that's what happens with my luck, right? Whenever I'm trying to show something on the video, like, even though I tested like several times, it works perfectly, but most of the time, if I do it on the video, it pretty much fails, right? That's usually the way that my luck goes. But it seems like this time I might be able to pass, right, that bad luck stage, and I think I should be okay. You can see, as long as the decrease attack lands on the boss after the initial AoE, where we have the stone skin on, this one looks pretty safe, because after the initial AoE, even if you do get crit, it gets you close to dying, but you don't quite die. The reason for that is the fact that, well, you have that decrease attack that Othorion himself can land on the boss, right? And that just pretty much keeps it to, you know, give you the consistency, give you the possibility to avoid on later stages the chance of getting some bad RNG on it, right? So the only way that this one could possibly fail is if you don't have the decrease attack landed and the boss crits. So it's two things that need to happen at the same time in order to fail it. Otherwise, you see, works pretty well, and he does a pretty good job. And the thing is like this, you might be thinking, well, I do not want to lock my Othrion in this build for spider. We do have the spider preset, the gear presets, right? You can always just go over here to the preset manager and you can just save this build and be like, spider spider solo, right? And then you can save as the champion preset, and then you can just swap it over, because you're not gonna need this every single week, right? It's usually once every couple of weeks, or you might need to do the spider if you want to do the solo one. So it might be worth it, honestly, to just do those swaps. Now, here's the build that I'm actually using on him, right? What you need is definitely going to be the lifesteal, because, well, you need a way to self-sustain. You need a way to heal yourself, and pretty much lifesteal is the best way. You can try and go with some other stuff like regen and whatever, but you're kind of going to lose out. Whereas having the lifesteal, most of the time, you want lifesteal to be a damage piece of gear, right? So, for example, you're going to want to have attack percent, crit rates, crit damage on the pieces over here, crit rate, crit damage, as you can see. I don't even have stuff glyphed, as you can see. I wanted to leave it a little bit more basic in a sense, just so I can show you that, like, you know, it's not the easiest, right? But it's more relatable. If you're somebody that gets to the end game, which is, you know, soloing, stage 10 hard of a dungeon is more of an end game thing. Well, if you're end game and you do have, hopefully, some lifesteal saved up, you should be able to do that. Now, the way that you complement the lifesteal, or what you're going to complement the lifesteal with, is going to be the 4 pieces of stone skin, right? The reason why I'm using the stone skin is, as you noticed, on the first AoE, because he's not faster than main spider, you just pretty much take the first hit, right? Take the first hit, your allies die, and then Othrion is going to be left on his own, and by having the stone skin, he can sustain that first hit. Otherwise, like I mentioned, if he gets crit, you're gonna die, right? Even if you do land a decreased attack on the first one, which I tried to build them to go first, even if you land a decreased attack on the first, before the first AoE, because you don't have the passive kicking in that boosts his HP, he's still gonna get one shot, even with the decreased attack, if the boss does crit. So that's why stone skins seem to be, like I said, I tested this a bit, stone skins seem to be the right way. And when it comes to that, I have crit rate again. You see, it's not a standard gear, just apart from the boots. Boots have speed with crit rate and then defense. It's not the best boots either, but still. Then an attack ring, which doesn't have attack percent, a crit damage amulet, which I didn't ascend. So you see, again, I try not to ascend some stuff on purpose to try and keep it a little bit more relatable, in a sense, again, for endgame people. Now, he is fully skilled up, which 100% you're going to want to do. Maybe the A1 you don't care as much, but you want the A2 to be booked. You would like the A3 as well to be booked, so he comes back to this faster. And then I do have a 1-star, it's only 1-star, right? And I have Nature's Wrath on him. If you feel like Nature's Wrath is not the best, you could try something else. But honestly, because he lands the debuffs, for a 1-star, this is going to be the best for him to do damage. Now, the total stats that he has, 220 speed. Again, see, it's not as fast. It's not like having 250 with 300 crit damage and all that. The attack is pretty low, but, you know, it still works, you noticed. Obviously, if I had this like at 5-6k attack, 280 crit damage with a little bit more speed, or even if it didn't have more speed, it would work better because you would kill the spiderlings faster. But even like this, it works. You see that I only have 280 accuracy. Well, the good thing is he provides his increased accuracy, and maybe, honestly, I could even remove this, right? Maybe I could even swap this and go with an attack banner with speed, because I think that should still be enough. So, for example, I could try and do this. It's just I'm losing lots of speed. I could try and do this, but let me see, 188, if you add another 90, it's not going to be enough. So you still want, even with the increased accuracy, you still want to have some accuracy, because the accuracy that you need to land debuffs on the main spider is going to be 345, right? So if we get a calculator out and calculate with 350, then let's say the 50% that the increased accuracy adds, then split by 100, it's 175 that's added if you do on top of that. So pretty much, let's say I have a 250, right, times 50%, split by 100 plus 250, that's 375. So you need somewhere around like 240 to 250 accuracy with increased accuracy to have enough accuracy to land the debuffs. When it comes to masteries, I'm running Wallmaster, because obviously Wallmaster does more damage on the spiderlings, and it's more consistent than the 50-50 chance of ignoring more defense. You want to take Whirlwind of Death, because you're going to kill spiderlings and gain more speed. More damage on the first AoE, I guess, can help. And then another one that could be good, and this was my mistake. Why did I do that? Let me reset it. But normally, like, okay, this helps. You could also get Spirit Haste instead of getting Kill Streak, or maybe instead of getting Methodical, so that you can also get 24 more speed from your father dying, right? You could even have it maybe at 200 speed. You saw I have 220. if you take this. So, you know, it's pretty relatable to build and it's pretty fun and efficient, right? Soloing, Spider 10 hard, if you don't have Eric's build, right? But you're gonna have somebody, like I said, the Wallmaster, which he's 100% gonna be in your Hydra teams because he's a monster. It's gonna be totally worth it to be efficient. But yeah, this is gonna be it for today. Let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed this video. Also, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.